play Vanquish for the PS3, which I have right here. Vanquish. Good game. Now, with Vanquish, you play as this. Vanquish has you playing as this guy in a gigantic, like, Transformers modified suit thingy. His name is Sam Gideon, and he undeniably sounds like the double of Solid Snake. It's like his sound double. And it's quite annoying to hear someone try and be Solid Snake's voice, but not actually be Solid Snake's voice. Now, the story for this game is absolutely absurd. I mean, this game, from the get-go, and I hope you can see what's happening, but from the get-go, this story in this game is an absolute acid trip mindfuck extravaganza. It's crazy, crazy game. But you play Sam Gideon, who has this big anthropomorphical suit thing that has this epic evade system on it, where you just hold down L2 and you slide everywhere, and like this unbelievable speed. And apparently, from what I can make out from the story, because there is no story, completely pointless, is that the Russians are wanting the Americans to surrender to them so that the Russians can rule the world, and the Americans are like, no, fuck you, we don't want to surrender. And now, because of that, the Russians have retreated to a giant space station which is cylindrical, and the whole base makes no sense as well, completely pointless. You should have just done it in Earth. They've retreated up there, and the Americans have decided to go and attack this base. They literally send up like the entire planet, and about 99% of the force gets wiped out. And of course you, the main character, survive with this really, really, really stereotypical American war hero, right? And it is literally just like about 20 levels of constant bullshit and fighting. But the funny thing is, it's not as bad as it sounds. It's actually, no joke, one of the funnest games I've ever played. It's actually probably the best arcade shooter I've ever played in my life. I mean, it's not as if it's hard, it's just outrageous. You're running around with like a machine gun with like 1,000 bullets, and you're just going brah, ah, you're just going nuts. Like there's 20 enemies, and you're just blasting them with shit. And by the end of it, you've got like 100 bullets left. You've killed like 2 guys, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? You're just sliding everywhere. I mean, look at him, man. There's bullets everywhere. He's just shooting like a madman. And the game has the cheek to give you grenades, and they don't even work properly. You aim them at the ground, he flings them like that. He flings them overhand, so that doesn't work. And there's these bosses, there's these boss fights that are just unreal. I mean, like, they're huge. They're huge. Huge boss fights. And they fire unbelievable amounts of missiles at you. I mean, degradingly amount of missiles. Like, I was sitting there, I shot him, a part of it exploded, and then about, no joke, 500 missiles come up, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck, man? Shit just got real. Crazy game. Crazy, like, brilliant game. Now for the techie side, like, you get your weapon, you get your machine gun, your heavy machine gun, your shotgun, rocket launcher, sniper rifle, blah 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 blah. You get some other guns that are like original, but you don't use them because like, no shit. You go around and obviously enemies drop weapons. If you pick up the same weapon, your ammo will resupply, and if you pick up the same weapon again, it'll upgrade. And the upgrades are great. They're actually the most incentive thing to do in the game. You keep upgrading, your ammo supply goes up, your ammo capacity and your firepower goes up, and that's a godsend. And every time you kill an enemy, your score goes up, and that's just bullshit. Like, you're killing fuckers left, right and centre, your score's skyrocketing, and it makes no difference. You kill an enemy, your score goes up by 100, and you're like, what? By the end of the match, you've only got like 3,000 score. But I'm near the end of the game, shit, the action just gets even more intense. Acid just pours everywhere. Your mind's fucking up, you're tripping balls so much. The characters you don't give a fuck about because they're so pointless and outbalanced. It's unbelievable. Graphically, it's not really nice. I mean, it's made by Sega, who are technically the same as Capcom, so it's kind of like the same graphics as Resident Evil 5. It's not really mind-blowing. Gameplay-wise, it's just slide around, shoot in slow motion, great, blow everything up. Look at that, that's crazy. The story is absolute bullshit. You don't really care about the story. It's about as worthwhile as like the Bible. You know what I mean? The story in this game means as much to me as the Bible does. You know what I mean? It's pointless story. I guess you can't just put them on a planet and tell them they're killing robots without trying to branch out a story. The boss fight at the end is unbelievable. It's actually the one part of the game where I've actually thought, damn me, this is fucking hard. This is absolutely insanely, brilliantly hard as shit. You know what I mean? I mean, there's on-rail shooter moments. There's just one moment where you're going along at a snail's pace and you've got a sniper rifle and you've got to shoot spotlights out. That mission is so boring and so annoying. That's the enemy I'm talking about. That was the boss I'm talking about. It fires like 500 rockets. Everything just explodes. Crazy game. I would hate for there to be a sequel to this game, but I would love there to be co-op. Yeah, I would probably say that in closing comments, that terrible story, terrible characters, alright graphics, fantastic gameplay, absolute mindfuck, made for co-op, doesn't need a sequel. And I'm going to end it right there. While he's just getting butt-fucked. And I'm going to give Vanquish an overall rating of 7+, which I think is good. I think that's a good rating, I think that's a good rating. Yeah, I think it's good. So I'm just going to say it's a good rating, 7+. Buy it cheap though, because you're, honest to God, you're going to complete it in one night. If you tank for this game, you're going to complete it in one night. And after you complete it, you're not going to want to play it again unless your friends come around and you just want to play it on the highest difficulty, do a mission each, you know. But apart from that, you're never going to play it again. And you've got to forget in like T-minus like 10 seconds. You know what I mean? I've only ever started thinking about this game since I've done this review. I'm not going to play it. I'm going to go play Assassin's Creed. You know. So yeah, overall, you should buy the game, but cheap. Play it once, trade it in, and it's got a rating of 7+ out of 10. So, thanks for watching. This was a better rambling review than Arkham Asylum, because there was a lot to talk about in Arkham Asylum. Whereas in this game you could just skim over everything by saying it's fucked up. But yeah, it's an absolute mindfuck of a game, and that's about it. I appreciate you all watching, and take care and have fun, and cheery bye.